All right, y'all, stats for September are out, and everything that we've been talking about, we're now seeing in some hard numbers. Let's talk about it. What's going on, y'all? It's Mason Bleasdell, your Austin real estate agent, and we're filming this one because we're about to film a construction update for one of the coolest listings. We filmed at a couple of my listings in the past, but this is by far the most unique. This is the Garages of the Americas, a garage condo complex located directly across the street from the Circuit of the Americas, Austin's F1 track. Really cool one. This has been one of the neatest development projects, I think, around the area. Basically, think of it as, you know, the ultimate garage or man cave or office, you know, a storage place for all of your vehicles that you own. Check this project out. We'll link it down below. But I want to talk about some stats because we're looking at the closed statistics from September, which, you know, of course, are indicative of the market 30, 60 days prior to it, that are finally starting to reflect a little bit of what, like, we as real estate agents, both myself and the agents I talk to every single day, have felt about the Austin market and really its correction. Interest rates have been a little bit in flux. Of course, they're down right now. I'm seeing right around 6.25% for most conventional buyers right now. You know, and then obviously all the different things going on in the world around us that we all already know about are starting to affect buyers, and we're seeing that reflected in some of these closing stats. So I want to jump into it. We're going to go over three things really. Want to go over both what I've seen in my own listings right now, what of course we're seeing right now this past week, the last 7 days as of the time we're filming this, which is really indicative of what we'll see next month. And then of course to comparing both the stats we saw from September 2024 to September 2023, kind of taking that element of seasonality out of it, because as we get out of the summer months, we tend to see, you know, stats cool off a little bit. First and foremost, September 2024 overall stats. This is for the entire Austin metro, so not just Austin, but Austin and all of its suburbs. We saw 2,524 homes closed. That's pretty substantially down, although that's fairly normal from the peak summer months. Average sales price down pretty sharp to 537. Average percent of list price sales price at 97.22%, just down slightly from August. Average price per square foot fairly well down from August, and average days on market is also up to 71 from what we saw in August last month. A little bit of that's normal. We'll show you 2023 here in a second, but we're starting to see some corrections. Speaking about the medians, median sales price at 416, that's down a little bit as well. Median percent list price sales price remained the same at 98%. Median price per square foot down about $10, and the median days on market is up about 10 days. What can we draw from this as a conclusion? You know, market, we're seeing a lot of the things going on in the world starting to affect the Austin market. That's just the reality. You know, I'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, but we are having to fight harder and harder for buyers for the homes that we are selling, you know, especially the resales too in newer construction areas. We're going to work really hard for it. And these stats are starting to reflect that. Now, I want to compare that to 2023, you know, looking at what we were at the same time last year. So taking that element of seasonality out of it. In September of 2023, we saw 2,744 homes closed. Average sales price at $566,000. Average percent list price sales price, basically where we are at today at 97.2, and average days on market at 61. Medians for that one, 440 median sales price. Median percent list price sales price ratio at 98%. Median days on market, this was probably the biggest one that's different than now, is 38 days. We're at 51, of course, as of this year. So we're really starting to see these reflected in. Now, best indicator of what we're going to see next month is what we're seeing right now. And the best stats we've got is new listings, pending, and price drops. Interestingly enough, quite a few new listings, 1,006 in the last 7 days. But at the same time, we only saw 915 homes go pending. That's actually up a little bit from the same time we filmed this last month in July. So that's a little bit encouraging. Of course, rates have changed since that time frame. So just an interesting one to have as a data point. But price drops are up pretty darn high. We saw 1,698 price drops, 3 of which were my own listings. You know, just trying to keep up with everything and avoid the race to the bottom. You know, little price drops, of course, do jump up in search results. So that's always a good thing just to stay top of mind. But lastly, to wrap up, I really want to talk about what we're seeing in my own listings. Showing volume, and the other agents that I talk to every day, showing volume is definitely down, although it does seem to have picked up a little bit recently. I think with these drops in interest rates finally, you know, starting to have an effect on the market. That said, there are a lot of homes for sale. Our inventory is way up. We are very quickly approaching 6 months worth of inventory in the Austin metro. Frankly, when we're dealing with a little bit less buyers and we've got this much to choose from, that even the exceptional homes are having to fight for buyers. So it's more important than ever trying to make sure that we are presenting my listings as best as humanly possible. And then just the little things. I was talking with one of my sellers this week about, sunset photos, for example, just to make it stand out when you're looking through all of the dozens of homes for sale. What can we do to possibly make this one look just a little bit different, and make it stand out when people are scrolling past, what seems to be endless numbers of homes for sale. At the same time, though, if you're a buyer, if you're looking in this market, there's a lot of opportunity because frankly, those sellers are having to try to fight for you too. So we're seeing some really good deals. Of course, it depends, and a lot of people are being aggressive up front. My own listings were trying to be. There's some really good opportunities out there right now, especially with builders as we get towards the end of the year when they start to close out their books. There's a lot of good opportunities out there for buyers. Now, this is very neighborhood specific. I harped on it a lot in the last update. Different zip codes even have very different perspectives on this market. We talked about Horseshoe Bay briefly last time. Horseshoe Bay is really competitive as people are looking for constant level lakes. If you're curious about what this means for you and your situation, reach out. I love talking about this stuff. I like to stay up on the stats and what's going on, what's moving and shaking, so I can help advise my clients as best as possible. If you want to talk about what this means for you, reach out anytime. If you're looking to buy or sell in this market, you want someone who can help you navigate it. And of course, go above and beyond the MLS to really work for you to get your house sold and to work for you on the buyer side to help get you the right house at the right price and make you confident in your decision. I'd love to be that resource for you. My personal contact info is on the screen and down below. Thanks for watching on this one. I'll see you guys next time.